Hello everyone. So today I'm going to show you how I throw plates. I've already centered this piece of clay, so if you want to know how to center, please check out one of my previous videos. It's basically just on centering. The trick with plates is that you want very soft clay. That's the easiest way to flatten it without creating wobbles and anything. So the first step here is, like I said, I've already centered this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, with this part of my hand, just create an indent there in the middle, and then from there push it outwards. So I've got a sponge in my one hand that's filled with water, and the other hand is pressing down. Once you've reached the depth, then you can start going outwards. So I leave my plate bases around, I'd say, 1 centimeter or close to ½ an inch thick. And the reason for that is when you cut through with the wire, you can sometimes cut out a gash or so, and it makes it very uneven. So if you leave it too thin, you can't really make a nice foot. So that's why I make it about 1 centimeter thick, or like I said, almost ½ an inch. And I usually use 2 kilograms or 4.4 pounds of clay for a plate. So the next step is wet sponge in the one hand, and your other hand is going to be pushing out with this part. And then as soon as you start feeling it gets too sticky, just wet your sponge again in your hand, and then you go out again. Okay, so inevitably you always end up with a little bump here. It's very easy to sort out. With your sponge, just press in and go sideways. You can also go back inwards. This is also nice to release some of the pressure from the middle and just aiding in preventing S-cracks from forming. And then compression. That's also a very important part when it comes to plates. Because they've got such a wide base, you want the clay to be compressed as much as possible. And I use this tool for that. So from the middle, I just press down, and then I pick it up a bit, and then press down here. And that is how I start. So the next step is take your wet sponge and squeeze your middle fingers together to create a ridge for you to pull up. And then you can pull up. I pull up with my fingers just because it's not a lot of clay to move around. So I almost squeeze my fingers together rather than pulling up because it's such a small section. And remember, very importantly, to compress your rim. How you do that is I hold my fingers together like this, and with the thumb on the top. That just helps it when you open it up to prevent any cracks from forming on the sides. I don't know if any of you have ever seen that if you don't compress, as you open it up, it could actually crack on the side, which is obviously not something that you want. Okay, now when you've pulled up the walls enough, just even out the inside of it again. I just run my thumb over it. And then with the sponge you can just remove the excess water, because you're going to work with a rib now, so you don't actually need water. And don't worry about this, you'll flatten it out at the end again. Then the next step, just wet the outside of the wall so your hands don't get stuck there. Then I use this one from Mud Tools. I think this is a shape 0 if I'm not mistaken. And then spin slower, press down. So you essentially want this rib to touch all over. That's basically the shape that I'm after. Just checking the size. Cool. Perfect. I'm just going to give it a once over with the sponge again, just before I flatten it out. I'm going to use this one again just to compress it again. And then after that, I'll just run over it with a sponge for one last time. Obviously you want the plate to be as flat as possible. So see, I've got a bit of a ridge here, so I'm just going to use a little more pressure here to flatten it out properly. What's nice about the sponge is it just takes away some of the excess water or any of the wet clay really. And then I'm going to use my little magic thing, which is a piece of cloth that you clean your spectacles with, just to finish off the rim. You spin slow and just fold it over the rim. And that just gives you that lovely rounded edge rim. And then this tool I use just to take a little bit of clay away from the side. And what this does is just gives you a nice place for your wire to cut through. If it's got a slope like that, your wire can basically go in anywhere. Where if it's got a little bit of a slope like that, your wire would go right to the bottom. And I usually only cut off my plates the next day. I've seen that by doing that, you prevent air scratches already. Whereas if you cut it through now, because it's got such a wide base, the chances of them sticking together again, so the little bit of clay that's left on the bat and the actual plate sticking together again is quite high if you cut it immediately. Where when I do it the next day, I've seen that it separates them properly. And that is it. There you go, that's your dinner plate. All done. So I hope you enjoyed the demo, and please remember to let me know what else you'd like me to make on YouTube as well. I try to upload at least one video a week, so whatever you guys want to see. Thank you, bye.